Welcome back, my friends, to the Predictive Playbook. I'm your host, John Ryan of SportsMemo.com, and I'm pleased to have Jimmy Adams in the house here for what is an exciting show. We're doing one show. It's week 0 in college football, and that's why it's so damn exciting that we're talking about football now. Jimmy, welcome to the show. How are things going for you these days?
Thanks, John. Things have been going good. We've started the NFL off pretty hot, 6-1 NFL preseason, with 1 week to go, so hopefully close strong there. Hit 4 of our last 5 baseball plays, and $2 play today over at WagerTalk. So things are great. How are you?
Doing well. I have a similar record in the NFL preseason. I had the horseshoe in my hand at all times because I had Jacksonville last night, and but as we talked pre-stage, I kind of did say that don't be surprised if they fall behind. They did. In-game was as high as 12 and a half at MGM. And lo and behold, I wake up this morning here on the East Coast, and it's a winner. But that's what happens when you're running hot. And, I'll just quickly show my stuff over at SportsMemo, especially now that you're over at WagerTalk, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
As you can see, I was number 1 last year in NFL, so they are running specials for the NFL and college football seasons for me, but they're only going to be good till this Sunday, so don't wait. And they're upwards of 50% off. 83% run right now in the NFL preseason, and then you can read the rest. 43% ROI, last 78, and I mention ROI because I play a lot of dogs. So if I showed a win percentage of 57%, you wouldn't think that's all that good, but ROI reflects more of the style that I use in baseball. So that's about all I have for there. Let's get right to it, Jimmy. This is an exciting week. Week 0. Maybe it should have been week 1, week 1A, but it's week 0 nonetheless. And we're going way out west here in this game. This game is the UConn Huskies, who are better known for their basketball program than their football program, taking on the Fresno State Bulldogs at Bulldog Stadium in Fresno, California. This game can be seen on CBS Sportsnet at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time this Saturday. The line opened with SFU 27.5-point favorite. The market is moving gradually towards 27. It's kind of a mix of 27 and 27.5 right now. The total opened at 62.5, and 67% of the bets are on the under in terms of tickets, and 79% is on the money, or 79% of the money bet is on the under. Yet the line really hasn't shifted. There's only one book that went down half a point to 62 points, and that was Circa. So I think that's kind of interesting right there off the top. But Jimmy, you have a pick on this game, so let's get right to it and tell us where you're going to head with this matchup.
Yeah, so I'm going to look to the side. First of all, let me start by saying that college football and the NFL, completely different handicaps. There are advantages to be had in college football laying chalk early on in the season when the better teams take on bottom feeders, and that's the spot we find ourselves in right here, as opposed to the NFL where you'll rarely ever find me laying more than a touchdown at most. So nonetheless, we see a 27.5. This is also a play where you will want to look at the first half when that line comes out. It'll come out around 17, maybe a tick above 17. But anyway, so UConn didn't play in 2020. They had the whole year off, and already bad program. Randy Edsall in his second tenure at the helm after a brief hiatus. He went over to Maryland. So if anything, this UConn team might be able to run the ball a little bit. Probably not going to be the case very much in this game, but for some of their games this season, they may be able to run a little. The offensive line was really bad in 2019. Have they developed any players? There were a lot of transfers going out, and they already didn't have very much talent before. So this is going to be a pretty bad team entering the season. On the Fresno side, you got Kalen DeBoer entering his second season. The offense was great his first time out, so it's going to come back to the defense. They returned nine starters on both offense and defense, if my numbers are correct. And they have a very deep backfield. Defensive line, they've got a linebacker that's going to be amazing. So I'm really looking for Fresno, the defense, to step up this year. It sounds kind of surprising, but I think the Bulldogs may be kind of a surprise team in the Mountain West. So, you've got the powerhouse Boise, and then Nevada is a great team. They're going to have a phenomenal season. But I wouldn't be surprised if Fresno kind of steals that third spot. They were good for so long, so it's weird to say that they're a surprise team in the Mountain West, but that's going to be the case this year as their defense steps up in class. They're going to be able to name the score in this game. The offense is going to be able to do literally whatever they want. They've got Jake Haener returning at quarterback. They've got Ronnie Rivers returning at running back in what is a very deep backfield. So I expect Fresno to run up the score, opening game of the season at home, and cover this, and I'll look to play the first half as well.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jimmy. I'll just add a little bit of color here. Florida State, FSU. I get that all the time. Fresno State had 46 players make a start in the 2020 season, which was a very difficult one with COVID. That was tied for most in the conference with Wyoming, New Mexico, and Nevada. 65% of the starters last year were either junior or seniors. So they're going to have, to your point of the returning starters, they're going to have a ton of experience having played that many different players last year that are still on the team. And you're right, Jake Haener is, he's like an unknown stud in that conference. He threw for 2,021 yards, averaged a decent yard per attempt of 8.7 and a 153.4 quarterback rating. To me, is outstanding. And with that leadership under center, that offense is going to be even better than they were last year. So I like this play quite a bit. And I guess you're leading us to play the first half when that line comes out instead of full game.
Yeah, I lean the first half just because, when you get into these 28-point spreads, we don't want to open ourselves up to a backdoor cover. We don't know if Fresno, I don't know if they pull the starters late. I don't know if they get lazy, but it just seems like opening game of the season, they're going to be pumped up, ready to play at home, and so the first half would be the way to go at a lower number.
Yeah, I completely agree. And if in-game bet is kind of my forte, if for some reason UConn scored first, I think I'd be all over Fresno on the in-game because it would probably be in that 22.5, 24 range, possibly. So, keep that in mind. This game is only a few days away. It's not like we're talking about a game that's still 2 or 3 weeks away. So there'll be some more activity in the betting markets, and I think that total's probably going to go to 62, maybe even 61, which makes sense to me because I don't think UConn's going to be able to score much, if at all, against this defense that's returning so much experience, like you said.
Yeah, real step up in class from the defensive side of the ball is what I'm expecting. We know how great the offense is already, so.
You bet. So that's our take. That's Jimmy's take on this game. First half, Fresno State, when that line comes out. Bet it. This guy is really good. That's why he's the $2 man over at WagerTalk today, being Tuesday. So it's $2, people. There's no reason in the world why you can't go over there and get a nice helping of his research and his best bets. He knows what he's doing. He wouldn't be on this show if he didn't. So I guess that's it for now, Jimmy. Thanks for your time. Good luck today on the WagerTalk Today show, which is coming up in about 20 minutes. And on behalf of you, myself, SportsMemo.com and WagerTalk.com, may all the wins be yours.